Ego. This word looks as small and simple as it appears, but in reality, it is just as dangerous and powerful. If you ask me what the most powerful force in this universe is, my answer would be ego. Something that can make any person do anything, from ending your poverty forever to breaking ties with a deceitful friend, from silencing your relatives to becoming the most successful person in your bloodline, from building a good physique to completely changing your personality. Your ego can make you achieve dreams bigger than your current status. If you use your ego in the right direction, you can do anything. And I repeat, anything. For that, you must completely decode this ego, which I have explained step by step in this video. So don't miss a single step. To decode ego, first you need to understand, what exactly is ego? Ego means self-respect. It is a part of everyone's life, and it can appear in any situation, at any time. When someone ignores your value, when someone makes fun of your love, when even your own family underestimates you, or when a close friend breaks your trust. And that is why the world has labeled ego as a negative word. But negative energy is often more powerful than positive energy. A person under extreme stress can commit suicide, but in good times, even a small wound becomes unbearable. In the same way, ego is also negative energy, but it contains strength. So the question is, if negative energy has so much power, can't we use that same energy to build ourselves and achieve success? And the answer is yes. But for that, you must clearly understand both sides of ego, the positive side and the negative side. Before understanding the positive side of ego, you must understand its negative side. Have you noticed, when ego gets hurt, we start living to win, not for ourselves, but to prove something to the world. Ego makes you blind. You stop believing that you can be wrong. Advice feels like an insult. Suggestions feel like they come from inferior people. You start feeling like everyone is against you. Your friend wants to say something to you, but your ego says, if I message first, I'll look small. Think about it. Ego gets triggered by such small things that it even takes away your right to send one simple message, one apology. But because of ego, it never happens. And one relationship, one chance, one opportunity quietly slips away. The truth is, ego brings more failure than success. Ego takes away your right to learn. You feel like you know everything. And that thought stops your growth. Ego puts you in a world where only you exist. No connections, no relationships, only listening to yourself and isolating from everyone else. And the biggest truth, you win inside your ego, but you lose in life. Ego is not always bad. If ego can destroy you, ego can also build you. When the world tries to make you feel small, your ego reminds you, I am not as small as they think. When everyone says, you can't do it, that same ego speaks from inside and says, watch me. Ego can become the fuel that doesn't let you stop even when you're exhausted. It lights a fire inside you even when you have no motivation left. That ego gives you an identity, that you are capable of something, that you deserve your dreams. When someone tries to break your self-respect, ego becomes your shield and says, I know my value, and I am not defined by someone else's words. Ego challenges you to become better because you don't want anyone to move ahead of you. And that same ego pushes you every day to learn, to grow, to fight. Controlling ego means understanding yourself, watching your reactions, and before every reaction asking yourself, am I learning or am I just trying to look superior? The first step is acceptance. Accept that you have ego. Everyone does. The difference comes when you control ego instead of ego controlling you. Example, someone points out your mistake in public. Your first reaction is, who is he to say that to me? But if you pause and think, is what he's saying correct? That's when you start taking control over ego. The second way is a learning mindset. In every situation, ask, what can I learn from this? Ego says, I already know everything. Growth mindset says, I still have more to learn. The third rule, learn to take feedback. People who tell you the truth are not your enemies. They are your real mirrors. Stop running from them. Start learning from them. The fourth step is silence. Sometimes staying silent is the biggest ego control. When you don't prove yourself, when you don't justify, your actions speak, and that becomes your strength. You don't need to break ego. You only need to change its direction. If you fight ego, you'll get tired. But if you learn to guide it, it will become your energy. So in this video, we learned that ego can be your biggest enemy and also your biggest power. The only difference is you control ego or ego controls.